Okay, so here I am finally with an update. Apologize that it's been so long. I've just been real busy. School, all the free time I had, I've spent messing around with this. Um, Also, I've noticed that I've gotten a lot of subscribers lately. I want to thank all you guys. Welcome to my channel. This is just an update. I'm at day 42 now. And if you watched my previous video, you know I went out of town for like 10 days. And when I got back, the tank was in bad shape. It was completely covered in diatoms everywhere. And what happened was, I just told my buddy, hey, fill up the top off water and empty out the skimmate bucket. What happened was the skimmer was taking out so much crap from the water that it clogged. So eventually it wasn't taking anything out, and that probably happened in a few days. So all that was just getting right back into the system, and it was I mean, I had cyano, I had everything, hair algae, bubble algae, I had everything you could imagine. So I've been trying to fix everything, and I've fixed a lot of it. So I don't even really know where to start. So much has happened, so much has changed. I'll just start up here in the display tank. Alright, so first of all, you're going to see diatoms, a lot of them. There's actually, I just cleaned the tank yesterday, the back and the power heads and everything. There's actually, it looks a lot cleaner than it really is, In a few days it'll probably be back. So I don't know, I think they should be starting to go away by now. I think they are slowly, but I don't know. I know silicates is basically the main reason for those, and I don't think that I'm introducing any, because everything that ever goes in this tank is rinsed in RODI water. Yeah, I have the silicate filter on my RODI filter, and I'm running now 2 reactors down on the bottom. So unless this rock is leaching it, or the sand, I don't know. But I've been working on trying to get those to just go away. Right, so I've been slowly adding my cleanup crew over the past, I don't know, 3 weeks or so. And what's in there right now is I have 7 turbo snails, which are these guys here. And I have 10 Nasserus snails, and I can't. They're buried during the day usually, and they just have their little I don't know, the little tube that sticks up out of the sand, but I can't find any right now. So in the next video, I'll show you one of those. There's 20 hermit crabs. Those are these guys. They're just they're a mix of different types. This guy up here is a little escape artist, and he's kind of an asshole, because what he does is he comes down here and pinches onto the silicone and works his way all the way up, and he's always up on top of my mag float. I don't know what his deal is, and I'll grab my mag float and he'll fall down, and I'll be like, surprise, Also, there's one serpent star in here, and he actually lives inside this rock, and I never see him during the day. I've seen him like 2 or 3 times since I got him. But one of the days I was looking at this rock, inspecting it, and I saw one of his arms sticking out from like right here. So he's just like completely inside that rock, and only comes out at night. I put 2 emerald crabs in here because I had the hair algae and the bubble algae, and within 2 days they had eaten all of the algae that was in here. Between that and I put a phosphane reactor down on the bottom. Between those 2, all the algae was gone. Very fast. If you've got an algae problem and it's not completely out of control, I would recommend those. And I'm actually worried now that there's not enough for them to eat. They're going to start eating other stuff. Alright, I can't find the crabs right now, but they come out at night, and at night they're just all over everything. They'll cruise around the edge. Here, you can see how it's like not as many diatoms by the edge, because all these critters like to just cruise around the edge and look for stuff to eat. And he'll come running around, he'll pick stuff off of the snails' backs. I mean, they're just picking at everything all the time. You're going to notice also that my rock structure is a little different. It's a little beefier right here in the middle. And that's because I moved a lot of the rock up from my refugium because I was having serious issues down there. And I was noticing, I'm trying to encourage coralline algae growth. So I noticed there was a lot of coralline growing down there in the refuge. So I brought it up here and kind of put it by this power head here to spread the spores around. There's a piece right there that's got some good coralline on top of it. And this rock here that the turbo snail is on is actually from a local fish store, and I got it because I went in there and I was like, yeah, I need a small rock that's got as much coralline on it as you can, you know? And so the bottom, you can't really see it, is actually covered in it. So that fan, or that power head is blowing it, constantly spreading those spores around, and it's really been working. I mean, I'm seeing, you can see down here there's some growing, some red and some purple. There's back there's some purple. This camera sucks, I don't know if you'll be able to see it right here, but I've been seeing little spots of it all over, so it's growing. It's just a slow process. You're gonna see also some hair algae on these rocks that I brought up from the refuge. I just put them up here yesterday, and I'm confident that the emerald crabs are gonna mash that out real fast. What else? Oh, every one of these snails that I bought, I tried to get the ones that had the most coralline on them because they're moving around all the time, just constantly spreading it. I got 3 astrea snails, and there's one down here. There's actually a turbo snail attached to the back of it right now. And there's one up there in the corner. And basically the only reason I got those is because they had a lot of coralline on them. But they're actually a pain in the ass, and I wouldn't really recommend them because these guys, they can't right themselves. So if they're up here on the glass, and whatever happens, a turbo snail or something happens and they fall, you've got to manually flip them over every single time, and it's really annoying. So I don't know. Also, right after I added this this piece of rock from the local fish store, I noticed I had little Asterina stars on the glass here. There's none of them on there right now. I don't know where they go because I'll see them during the day, you know, and then I'll look like up around the rim and everywhere. Can't find them anywhere, and then they'll be back the next day. I don't know where they go, but I'm down with those for now. We'll see if they... I hope they're not coral eaters. Right now it seems like they're just algae eaters. And they look kind of cool, so I'm all right. One more thing up here in the display is... down in here, you're probably not going to be able to see it, but right in this little crevice here is some Aptasia, which I'm not very happy about. I had it in my fuge. I'll get to that in a minute. It's really too small right now for me to do anything about it. I would just smash it up and I wouldn't get the whole thing, so I'm just going to watch it and see what happens. I think that's basically it for the display. Now we're going to move down to the refuge. Major changes to the refuge. It's clean right now because I just cleaned everything yesterday. I totally revamped it. I don't know what the deal was, but I could not keep cyano from growing down here, and it was just covered in diatoms all the time. It was just disgusting. So what I did was I took all the bigger pieces of live rock that were down here and moved them up to the display, and I just piled the rubble up there in the middle. I did that so I used to have them up against the walls and everything, and it was just all kinds of crap was growing behind them because the water wasn't getting around. So I think this is going to make it not only easier for me to clean, but it's going to kind of prevent that, I think. I put 1 turbo snail, 1 astrea, 1 nasseris, and 2 hermits down here to help clean it up. I didn't have anything in there before, so hopefully they're going to help. Also, all my Cato died, and I've heard that people can't really grow it. Sometimes, like I've been reading forums, they can't really grow it sometimes for maybe 3-4 months after they set up their tank. And I don't know if it's lack of nutrients for them, or I mean, I had a lot in there too. I ordered a refugium starter kit, and I think it was for a way bigger refugium than I had, so it might have just been smothered. There was diatoms all over it. I don't know. And when this stuff died, I don't know if any of you guys had that happen to you, but it stinks so bad. My whole apartment stunk, so I had to get rid of it. I mean, it was disgusting. So that's that. Skimmer's been doing fine. It's not pulling anything out right now. I just cleaned everything and put a new filter sock and new filter pads and everything in there, so it's just, I mean, it's bubbling just pure white right now. Alright, let's move over here. What I've got over here is, hang on, let me get a flashlight because you can't really. Alright, I've got two Phospan 150 reactors up here, and I'm running ChemiPure Elite and RoaPhos. And I was gonna make a video of how I set this all up and how I, clean the media, but there's no point because I'm sure you guys are familiar with New York Stilo, and this is basically the exact same setup. I mean, down to the media that he had on his 90 gallon, and he's actually got a 4-part series called Phosphates, Problems and Solutions. So if you want to know how to hook these up, just watch that. I mean, there's no point in making the exact same video as he did. And they, as far as I'm concerned, they're working really well. And I got a phosphate test kit, and I've tested, I didn't get the ROD water that they give, so, I don't know, I tested my RODI water and it tested 0, and I tested the water from the tank and it said 0, so I know that at least there's not more phosphates in the tank than there is in the water that I'm putting in. However, I don't know if the water I'm putting in has 0 phosphates. I got to get some other RODI water to use as like the blank. So I don't know. I think this stuff works really well. What's coming in the near future will be, I want to get some more Ceres snails. The hitchhiker that I got is one of them, but I want to get more because those are supposedly really good diatom eaters. So I definitely want to get some of those. I want to get some more Nasserus snails to mix up the sand bed and release those nitrogen bubbles. Oh, I forgot to show you. The sand bed's doing pretty well. Let's see. I hope you can see, but there's all kinds of bubbles down here. I'm kind of bummed out because I haven't seen any worms, any like worm tunnels down in there. I don't have any bristle worms or any kind of worms on my rocks that I can see. I don't know what that's all about, but maybe they'll come later. Also, my tank parameters are all good. I mean, the tank's been cycled for a long time now, and it's testing always 0 ammonium, 0 nitrites, and probably about like 5 to 10 for nitrates. So I want to get maybe 2 clowns are going to be the first fish I put in there, and then I'm going to, get used to having fish in there for a while, see how the tank reacts to it, and then maybe some hardy like LPS corals or something just to get into the coral game. Alright, so that's my day 42 update. I probably won't get a video up until finals are over. They're coming up in a couple of weeks, or until something actually changes. If anybody's got any suggestions about how to speed up this diatom process, things I'm doing good, things I'm doing wrong, things that could be done better, I'd really like to hear them. And that's it. Thanks for watching.